all these people are here to see you, buddy. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Exciting day. As we've talked about a little bit last night, making that phone call to Walter is always a special moment, and this one was certainly no different. And we're excited today because Walter was able to bring his parents, his brothers, a friend, his girlfriend, all to share in this special moment. And, we've, as we talked about last night, JG and I, to you guys, we've done a lot of work on Walter, and we watched a lot of tape. We've seen him at the Senior Bowl, the Combine, had him in here, and really been impressed with him from start to finish. And just watching the way he plays the game and hearing what the game means to him, we're really excited to add him to our program and to see him develop and become an excellent pro in our organization. So without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to the newest member of the Bird Gang, Mr. Walter Nolen III.
How y'all doing? But first off, I just want to shout out all these folks right here in the front row. Without them, so I probably wouldn't even be here right now. So let's get a round of applause for them real quick. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing up here.
Well, how about we take some questions?
Let's
If
do
you
it.
have questions, Mike and Clint are in the audience here, so just raise your hand and they'll give you a microphone. Looks like Bob has. Josh, we'll start with you.
Hey, Walt, Josh Weinfuss, ESPN. You're coming into a very experienced room. How do you want to kind of lean on those older guys, and what do you want to get out of their experience that can help you?
Really, I just want to learn their process, and I still get to be a little kid a little bit because I got all the OGs in the room. So just getting there, learning their process, learning how they do things, and just implementing it into my process, my daily schedule. So.
Hey, Walt. Bob McMahon, I'm in Arizona Republic. Share with us the encounter you had, surprise with Aaron Donald when you were at the Combine in the NFL Network. Invites him right in front of you. You looked a little stunned, a little speechless. I'm sure you were. Can you tell us about how that went and what you still feel about it today?
Man, all I can say is that I did not know that was going to happen, and I couldn't say what I wanted to say because I didn't want to get in trouble on TV. So, but yeah, it was a great thing. It actually kind of motivated me even more, honestly. So.
When you got that call, Monty mentioned it, right? It's a call you've been waiting for, working for your whole life. When you reflect back, what were the emotions going through you? How gratifying was that?
Man, I had so many emotions. I can't name them all, but really, it kind of felt like a little weight lifted off my shoulders a little bit. Now that I can get back to football, to help the Bird Gang win as much as possible. So.
Walter, Lena Washington, 12 News Phoenix. Welcome to the Valley. We saw you got to meet QB1. What was it like to finally meet Kyler, and what did you know about him and admire about him before becoming his teammate now?
Really just his composure, he probably one of the smaller guys in the league, and just watch him go out there every week and compete. Really, I'm a very competitive person, so every time I see it, I got to give him a round of applause. But I'm glad to have a quarterback like that for me.
Well, JG has said for us to just turn on the tape to learn why you're an Arizona Cardinal. Is there a game from last year that you would tell somebody, turn on the tape to learn what Walter Nolen's about?
I'll probably say Wake Forest, Florida, Georgia. Just pick one.
Hey, Walt, talk to us about what you think the league is going towards right now when you look at interior defensive linemen who can disrupt the passing game, and how important that's become, and how much you're looking forward to become part of that.
Really, I know it's a little biased, but I say D-line and the most important position on the field, besides offensive line, but everything started with us. And really, they be trying to make some of the rules a little bit softer, but we still gonna play ball though. So.
Hey, Walt. Last time when we talked to you, you said that you don't really feel any sort of way about what people have said about you. When did you start to feel that? Was that something that happened slowly? Was it something that happened pretty quickly? What was that process like?
Really, all my life, I ain't never really cared too much what people had to say. I feel like that's kind of when you start to lose yourself, when you start getting caught up in all those things. So all my life, I just been trying to stay the course and keep to myself.
All right, Julia Lopez, Arizona's family, welcome to the Valley. JG said something really special yesterday, talking about your heart, how you have a big heart. What do you think that is, and what it means to you, just being a good person?
Just a short way to sum it up. If I trust you, if I ride with you, if you my dog, we locked in, I'll do whatever for you. I'll give you this shirt off my back right here.
You mentioned that the scheme at Ole Miss was a good fit for you. What made that a good fit, and what do you enjoy the most, and how you're used?
Really, Coach PG, it was a D-line friendly style of play for real. Like, it wasn't no reading blocks and trying to free up the linebackers. He wanted us to go make the plays, and his type of defense I like to be a part of.
Hi, Megan Plain, Fox 10. You finally got here. You've been working your entire life to achieve this goal. Could you just walk us through the day, when you got off the plane, touring the facility, just kind of what went through your mind and the emotions you felt?
Sure, let's get to work. You can we're gonna celebrate for sure for like 2 days, but it's time to get to work. So all I can think about every time I look on the walls, everywhere I walk, it's just time to get to work.
I know, obviously, you're aware of the veterans in your room. I'm curious on a larger scale. Do you know much about the Cardinals, or is there going to be a learning curve in terms of the history and what they've been doing, or do you pay attention? Have you paid attention to this team?
A little bit. I definitely got to sharpen up on my history though, but a little bit.
With Arizona Sports, congratulations, man. What was your first impressions of head coach Jonathan Gannon and defensive coordinator Nick Rawlis, and how fast did you feel the connection with those guys?
I feel like it was great from the moment we was in Indianapolis, honestly. Out of all my meetings, that was probably the coolest meeting I was in for real. And it kind of followed back up with my 30 visit, and look at us now.
Walter, over here again. What would you tell the high school version of yourself now that this dream is a reality? What would you go back in time and tell yourself about this moment or what it took to get here?
I would say, I just tell my younger self it's time to get started. For me, half the battle was getting to the league, and now it's time for me to achieve my ultimate goal of winning Super Bowls and get that gold jacket on my way out.
Teo Mackey, Arizona Republic. You were obviously a really high recruit coming out of high school, but over the past 3 years, where do you think your biggest development has been as a player or as a person?
Really just, getting, really just opening up to people, learning to talk a little bit more and just that transparency thing. And as a football player, really just all aspects, really. Like, you can get better every day no matter what you do. So really just repetition of getting better at whatever it is, for real. And I'm just excited to get started.